Hello, good people. It's 2024. Happy New Year. It's going to be a great year for you and I. Congratulations to us for seeing 2024. Oh, this is Real Time Talk with Lass, and I will be your girl, Lass. All right, so what do we have today? January edition, the first one in 2024. Today's topic or question, as it may be, it's a very interesting one. I'm not here to debate about it, but I'm just here to drop few points. And what is that question, or what that topic is? Is marriage overrated? Can you answer that? All right. Is marriage overrated? Some people come up with the fact that, oh no, marriage is overrated, marriage is this, marriage is that. Are they right? Yes. And some will come and said, oh no, marriage is so sweet, marriage is not overrated, marriage is everything that's been talked about. Are they right? Yes. So, in both ways, yes and no. But let's take it up from here, and I just want to talk about, what actually really make it a big topic to talk about is because of recent, when I say of recent, maybe late last year or so, I've been getting messages on, people having whatever they're going through in their marriage, having issues in marriage and all that. And one common thing everybody keeps, the ones that I talk to or I counsel, I happen to counsel, be like, I think marriage is just too much. Marriage is choking. The one that actually hurts me more is the lady that was just in marriage for a few weeks. You heard me right, few weeks. And she was like, oh no, Auntie Lara, this is just too much. Marriage is overrated. Marriage is this one. And I said, yes, you're right. Because at that moment, I need to console her. Have I not talked about marriage being overrated before in my own marriage? Of course, yes. So I can relate with that very well. Oh, there was a time I'll be like, oh, marriage is a scam, marriage is a scam, marriage is this, marriage is that. But the truth of the matter is, marriage is not a scam. Marriage is not overrated. I can identify with whoever thinks marriage is overrated because I've been there. I've been through my own shades of marriage here and there, and I can gladly tell you that in those periods, I also feel marriage is overrated. Now, is it a matter of feeling? If you are actually in a bad marriage or going through issues that seems unending in marriage, you will think marriage is overrated. And you have every right to your own opinion. But I bring to you today to tell you that God orchestrates marriage. God is the chief originator of marriage. Is the originator of marriage. And when God created marriage, God didn't say that, okay, go into marriage for you to feel pain or for you to go through hardship or for you to have issues. No, God just wants, because marriage is beautiful. God made marriage for 3 reasons, if I'm not mistaken. 1, for procreation. 2, for redemption, and for companionship. So when all this is taken out of marriage, then what is marriage then? If God is not in support of marriage, then God won't have so many scriptures lined up in Bible and Quran as regard marriage. But unfortunately, the world we have today, there seems to be, of course, issues here and there, so many things. The world is gradually changing, so many issues, so many things are going on. Homes are going through so much that home value, family value is being trashed. And that is why we can come up to say, okay, marriage is overrated and all that. Marriage is a beautiful thing. When God says a man shall leave his father and his mother to cling together to become one, of course, God knows what he's doing. He didn't just create marriage for you to endure it, but it's for us to enjoy. So in the moment when we are now enduring marriage, then it becomes issue. It becomes problem. It becomes a burden. And I tell you today, many marriages are just lying fallow, unhappy, going through their own shades and all that. And is it that they will not come out of it? Oh no, a lot of people have survived marriage, brouhaha, marriage ups and down. And likewise, some people even died in it. I don't support domestic violence in marriage. So please, if your marriage is going through domestic violence, kindly seek counsel. Seek counsel, and please live to live. It is very important. Live to live. So let's go back to saying marriage is overrated. I say marriage is beautiful because I've seen beautiful marriages. Or is it that I've not had beautiful moments in my own marriage? Of course, yes. I have had beautiful moments. That's, those are, that keeps me pushing, keeps me going and all that. Marriage is a beautiful thing, and that is why God said there should be marriage. That is why the scripture about a man leaving his father and mother to cling to his wife, and for the wife to be a helpmate, why the man be the head of the family. You see, I said something that I'm grateful for my past because it actually birthed my present. And I'm grateful for my present now because I know it's going to birth a very beautiful future. So at every stage of my life, I am grateful for the issues that I've gone through in my marriage. It has built me to be who I am today. And that is why I can share. It's not about telling somebody else's story. No. In counseling people, I share my own story to encourage them. I share my own story to encourage them. And so when the young lady was talking to me about, she has actually left her marriage a few weeks and all that, I could relate with her. There are some marriages that shouldn't even be in the first place, because even before they go into that marriage, there are some underlying issues which they refuse to address. And when the foundation is faulty, there's nothing the righteous can do. So you go into the marriage with those issues and tell me what that marriage wants to birth. Are we saying people that have bad marriages are just terrible people? No. I know some amazing, beautiful people, women of God and all that, and yet their marriage failed. They had issues in their marriage, unresolved issue, irreconciled, as we call it now, irreconciled differences and all that. And you see, when you have it all good, all going, you might not be able to relate with those who have issues in their marriage. And I tell you, for the good ones, praise God, keep praying. For the bad ones, keep praying as well. Keep praying, because the story will change. It won't just go on like this. What about our parents? Is it that they don't have issues in their marriage? Of course they do. They do. But the rate at which divorces are this day, compared to the past, it wasn't, I'm trying to think, rack my brain as to, do I hear about divorces back then? I don't think so. I don't think so. But these days, it seems to be the order of the day. It seems to be the order of the day. It's either domestic violence, it's either mental violence, emotional, so many things, so many partners, male, female, have become so bipolar, as a result of bad marriage, as a result of issues they are going through that they can't even resolve. Some are even beyond them. Do you run to your pastor? Do you run to imam? Yes, even these pastors and imams too, they have their own going for them. So what do? Who do you turn to? You turn to God. You turn to God. What is God's promises for us as regard marriage? What is God saying? Yes, marriage is the only institution you go into. you get your certificate before you even go into the marriage, before the marriage proper. Don't forget to get your certificate at the ceremony. So before the marriage proper starts, you actually get your certificate. Every other institution that I know, correct me if I'm wrong, you have to go through the process of course, your admission, this exam, right? Going to class, writing exams before graduation, and you get your certificate. So that shows us that God is interested in marriage, and He actually wants the best for us. God's plan for us is to have a beautiful marriage, whichever way. Oh, is it that we won't have ups and downs? Yes, we'll have ups and downs, but it's how we manage it. I tell people, make your home a triangle. When I say triangle, make God be the earth, and then you here, and your spouse on the other hand. So when you connect triangle, you connect to God, you can connect to God, your spouse can connect to God, and both of you can connect at the parallel level. But when your home is not like a triangle like this, you know, God is the here and you are here, your spouse is here, then you will have issues. Now tell me, somebody will say, oh, Laz, are you saying that even Christian homes don't have issues? Oh, yeah. In fact, I want to believe that they have issues more, because the devil is aware that this one knows what they are doing. This one knows what to do for them not to have a failed marriage. So it would torment them more. But I tell you, I just want to tell you, come across to you as just a neutral person, and tell you that, hey, right there, marriage is beautiful. And marriage can be overrated. Now, when I say marriage is beautiful, it's beautiful because for companionship. When you are in marriage, just remember those few times when you first got married, when it's shocking you, you know, the gossip between husband and wife, oh, it's the sweetest. You know, you gist, you talk, you do this. At least when you have a bad day out there, you can come back to somebody, gist with the person, and forget about your bad day and do, you know, you move on. That's companionship. You enjoy that in marriage. That's forget the companionship of friends living together. With marriage, is even more closer than you have with anybody out there. Now, partnership. Marriage gives you partnership. You can partner with your spouse on every ground, on everything. Is there something you want to do? Oh, you can bring your spouse in. As a matter of fact, when you have it all going well, partnership with your spouse is the best. It's the best partner you can actually share everything and anything with. That is what one of the beautiful things marriage can give to you. Also, emotional support. Emotional support, you are out there, you are wrecked, you are this, you are that, you are going through some turbulent thing in your personal life and all that. You have a partner. You have a companion that you can always, cry on that person's shoulder. Just put all your pain at that moment on that person, pour it out. Sometimes, not even sometimes, all the time, when you are going through stuff and you have somebody to share with, it lightens your body. It makes you feel better. So tell me, when we say marriage is a scam, marriage is a scam. When marriage provides us with emotional support, companionship, partnership, is it still a scam? It's not. Is it still overrated? It's not. Some people, they enjoy this marriage because of long-term stability. Oh yeah, marriage is designed to have a long-term span. A long-term stability. That takes me back to our parent days. That stays in marriage. You see our parents celebrating 50 years, 60 years in marriage. And you'll be wondering, what are they doing differently? Was it that they don't have issues? Oh, they do. But how were they solving it? You know, one of the things this day, okay, I'll come to that. But marriage gives you a long-term stability, whereby you plan ahead, you know, for whatever you want as a couple or for your home. Oh, we want to do this in the next 5 years. Oh, we want to do this in the next 10 years. Oh, we want to do this in the next 20 years. Oh, in the next 30 years, we see ourselves like this. That is what marriage can give you. It can also give you shared responsibility. Oh, I think in the book of Genesis 2, from 15 to 25, if I'm not, it actually, you know, that's the basis of when God talked about marriage and a woman being, the woman being a helpmate and the husband being the head of the family. Shared responsibility. God that says woman be the helpmate. Of course, he has already shared the responsibility now. Okay, don't put the whole burden on that man, which is the head of the family, for the head to function well. Then the neck too has to be able to turn it anyhow. Without the neck, we women are the neck, then the head is the man. So as a woman in your home, you are the neck. And when the neck is stiff, the head cannot. You remember those nights when you can, I mean, those mornings when you wake up and maybe probably you sleep wrongly and you can't twist your head anyhow. That's the function of the neck. That is how we are. Women, that is how we are in our home, in our various homes. That is what we are. So if we are not turning the head well, if the neck is not functioning well as a helpmate, then the head won't be able to turn in the proper way. So we are in that home as a helpmate. And when all this is being fulfilled, going on well, tell me, marriage is beautiful, of course. And before the head says, I want to turn to the left, the neck already understands what the head is saying and will turn to the left or to the right. They share responsibility. Oh, I use this phrase a lot. Please, if you can translate it in English, please go ahead and do that. You know, when you're washing your hand, for a proper clean hand, you can't just, you know, open the tap and just wash your hand like this. That is not clean. You remember days of COVID, how you are asked to, I mean, how you are educate the way they educate us to wash our hands. You know, wash your hand properly, you wash it. That is what, I mean, that's the description of saying for, you know, both hands washing each other. That is what it is in marriage, shared responsibility. So when you have a marriage, gives you that opportunity of sharing your responsibility. You don't have to carry all your responsibility by yourself. You don't have to, you know, hey, I'll be the one to do this. I'll be the one. Marriage provides you. When you go into marriage, you share your responsibility. The man carries the most though, because as the head of the family anyway. Also, building a family. Marriage provides you with that opportunity to build a family. Don't get me wrong. These days, I know you can build a family without even going into marriage, without even getting married. We have sperm bank, donor here and there, and all that, you know, without it, you know, without even going to marriage. But the original marriage concept is one of it is to build a family. So when you build your family with the person you love, you know, it's interesting, it's sweet. It's wonderful to plan your life with that man, that lady, that, you know, when you are whispering those sweet nothing words to each other before you get into marriage, their head will always swell, their tummy will be rumbling and all that. Oh, yeah, there it is. You know, and you're thinking about, I'm going to build my family with this person. It's enough to give you that bubbling life and all that. That's what marriage provides you with, to build your family. And also it also gives you the legal and financial benefits. Oh yeah, marriage gives you that. At least, you know, you have that financial benefits. You know, my husband gives me pocket money. My husband do this. My husband buy me gifts. My husband do this, that. So tell me, when you're enjoying all this in marriage, why will you say marriage is a scam? Why will you say marriage is overrated? Of course, it's not overrated in that aspect. With all those beautiful things that you're enjoying. Now let's take it down to the beautiful memories you share. You have somebody you just, oh, do you remember this? You just share your memories. Maybe when you are courting or when you first got married. For those who have been married for so long, I mean for some years, you know, you can never be married for so long anyway. Because it said till death do you part, except when there is domestic violence. You know, just share beautiful memories and all that. So having all this one and even more. When you enjoy all this, will you not say that marriage is a scam or is overrated? It's not. Marriage is beautiful. So I tell you, it is not overrated when you have all this. Now, let me take you down to the point whereby you start feeling that marriage is overrated. Like I said earlier, that I've actually said marriage was a scam before because of the pain I was going through, because of the issues of life that I was going through. I feel, oh no, this marriage is just too overrated. Oh no, this marriage is just, oh no, marriage. Oh no, I don't want to hear. Oh no, marriage, marriage, you know. And tell me, if you had to counsel me or talk to me then, in fact, I was the chief counselor of myself, of my own life. Because I know what is right. You can't know it all, though. You still have to seek, knowledge from those who knows more than you. But I tell you, no matter what, when it comes to you, yourself, you understand yourself better. You can tell yourself the truth. Then I feel, oh, it's only when you are going through so much, so much issue, having some misunderstanding, having basketballs in marriage, that you can actually say, oh no, marriage, this thing is not for me. It's not, I'm not called out for it. When I was talking to the young lady, I said, you see, when you just list out some things that you feel is actually not what it should be, because your marriage only lasted for a couple of weeks, maybe 6 weeks, or honestly speaking, I can't remember how many weeks, but they have one of the most lavished paparazzi marriage. And it hurts me, it pains me to see that marriage just went down the drain like that. No, it hurts me to see that. But I just pray for them that they will find a common ground to give themselves a second chance, as long as she's not being abused. You know, she's not being physically abused. Now, I told her to list out all the things that she feels is wrong in her marriage. And I'll come back to that. The reason why a lot of people, or some people feel marriage is overrated, it all depends on belief. It all depends on your belief. It depends on religion. It even depends on environment. Today, today's world is different from what it used to be. We are in the social media world now. Everything is on the internet. Internet, this internet, that internet, you know, basketballs on the internet, lovey-dovey on the internet, here and there. So tell me, things are actually different from the days whereby we only have to go and queue up at the Nightel pool center, you know, polling booths. Do they call it polling booths? Yes. Nightel booth to call, and we'll be on the line. We'll have a that Nightel card. Compared to now that you just pick up your phone and, you know, even what am I even saying, 10 years old? In the well-developed countries, you see children with different kind of, you know, iPad, even, you know, everywhere. Let me even put it that way. Everywhere you see children, as long as their parents can afford it, with iPad phones and and they have access to internet. So the world is not what it used to be. And we just have to evolve. Unfortunately, some bad characters are also evolving with us. And that is why we can say, oh, marriage is overrated. I have some points that I actually listed down because I don't want to forget anyway. And one of it, number one on my own plate, is failed expectation. Failed expectation. We going into marriage with, hey, take for instance, I as a person, right from my secondary school days, I already know, my home has to be this, my marriage has to be this, my marriage has to be that, my husband has to be this, and all that, and all that. You know? So I grow with such, as I'm growing, and also growing with my fantasy, my plan, my plans, let me just put it that way. And you getting into marriage and saying that, it's not like that. So no, it's not. Failed expectation. Some people go into marriage with so much high expectation, and they get there and it's all wish-wash, and they're like, oh no, so this is marriage. Some even started well, and at the middle, it just went like that, and the pain threshold of everybody is different. What I can endure, you might not be able to endure it. What you can endure, I might not be able to endure it. I remember my late sister of blessed memories told me sometimes ago, and said, oh, Lara, because I complained a lot, hey, this, I will run to, and she said, Lara, that was my early years in marriage. Before I was, I think maybe 2 years or something, when I was 2 or 3 years in marriage. And she just told me one day that, you know what, if you can survive the first 5 years of your marriage, oh no, you can survive the rest of your year in marriage. And I'm like, oh, really? But is that really the truth? Oh, yes. Because the first 5 years, you guys, you are coming from different background, for crying out loud. No matter how long you dated your spouse. No, I dated my partner for 6 years. We call it courtship. 6 whole years. And I still got into marriage, and I still see some things, and I'm like, oh, what is happening? Some can cope with, oh, they get into the marriage and see that they have some failed expectation. Some can actually cope with it and say, okay, let me just see how things goes on. I'm not talking about changing your partner, no. I'm not talking about that. I'm just talking about some expectation, yes, you have, that when I get into marriage, this is what is going to happen, this is what is going to be, this is how this is going to be, this is how things will be, and you get there 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, 5 years, 10 years, and everything just keep failing. Even when you are hoping, okay, things will be different, okay, this will be different, and it's not changing. Such person, won't that person say, oh no, marriage is overrated? Of course, yes. And such individual will say marriage is overrated because all the expectation he or she have lined up have failed. She got into the union, and said that, oh no, these things are not just there. My expectation has been dashed. My hope has been dashed. And that takes me to the second one, which is fear of commitment. Again, I bring my story to you. Before I got married, of course, I'm an independent woman. And I was, even before I got married, working in the bank, you know, had everything going for me and everything, and all that. And just after my introduction, because I don't know if that's still happen now, introduction, engagement, you do introduction, you do engagement, and then you do registry and write church wedding. So I think shortly after my introduction, I was just I think I was going somewhere, and while I was just strolling down the streets, I can't remember what I was going to do, but I could remember that scenario very well. I was strolling down the streets to do whatever, I can't remember, and that thought just crossed my mind and said, marriage. That means you'll be leaving what this person, you have to cater for this person, cook this one. Those who knows me, I'm not a fan of cooking. I can cook, but I'm not a fan of being in the kitchen 24/7, or as some women enjoy it. And I'm like, oh no, somebody else, you have to worry over somebody else. I have to be committed to this person 24/7, another. And I had that fear. I had that fear. And I remember when I got back home, my mom was, I was just telling my mom my fear, and she was, Yadipa, hey, no, in Jesus' name. I said, amen. Amen, mommy. But of course, for the fear of commitment will make somebody think, oh no, I can't do this. So I have to think about, some of us, we can relate with this. While you are thinking, what are we going to do for breakfast? Eat for breakfast. You are already thinking of lunch and dinner, and yet you are working. For those who are working, for those who are doing business, even for the man, for men as well. Maybe they are at the place of work, or they're at their businesses or whatever, and they're thinking, oh, school fees is coming. Hey, I have to pay house rent. Hey, this one. It's still fear of commitment. Hey, what with this woman? Is this woman all right? Oh, how is she? What's she going through now? Oh, where is my husband? Hey, my husband is not home yet. I hope this man is fine. I hope this woman is fine. Fear of commitment. Because you are in marriage. When you are all alone, you don't care about it. Even when you are in courtship, you don't care for your partner as much as you care for them when you are married. So for fear of commitment, of course, when that fear of commitment creeps in, obviously, marriage is overrated. Why do I have to care for be committed to someone so much when it's not? You feel, sometimes you feel it's just God that you need to be committed to that much. Fear of commitment can actually make you feel, oh no, this is just too much in marriage. Another one is negative experience. This is one of the order of the day. Negative experience here and there. Divorces flying here and there. Divorce paper flying here and there. Abuses flying here and there. It's all out there and more pronounced this day. Maybe because we are in the days of social media. It is so rampant. It is the order of the day. So when someone sees those negative experience, when you go online, Instagram, you open the husband giving the wife basketballs just because they are going their separate ways. And when you go under the comments, you see, oh God, I can't marry. No, marriage is not for me. Which other one? And somebody will say I should come and marry. And somebody will be, I'm marrying marriage in my hair. And somebody will be saying, even sometimes, some couples that you'll be seeing that they are having their lovey-dovey on the internet and all that. And before you know, maybe a few days later, you'll be like, or even months later, one of them will come out to say that, okay, we've decided to go our separate way. Please respect our privacy. And you'll be wondering that, was this not the couple that were doing lovey-dovey and we are saying, God, when? God, when? Yes, God, when is the is the popular talk, is the popular talk on social media space when they say two people in love and all that. Just when you are saying, oh God, when, before you know it, that God when has turned to, God forbid, I can't marry an abusive man, I can't marry an abusive woman, I can't be married. Oh, if this is what marriage is all about, I would rather stay alone. Some, it's from the back, maybe they've experienced seeing their parents go different ways, single mom, single dad. Or even maybe their siblings or their cousins or their environment, people around there. Maybe they're just privy to people's bad marriages, and they feel, does it really worth it? Now tell me, is marriage not overrated? Well, the first thing that will come to your head is, oh no, marriage is just so overrated. When you think of others. Negative experiences. You turn here divorce, you turn there divorce, you turn here basketballs. And maybe you're a single lady of marriageable age and they're pressurizing, your parents are pressurizing you, people are asking, when will you get married? When will you get married? When will you get married? And you'll be like, with all what is going on, I should get. Some people are not even putting their separation online. They just go their separate ways. Changing social norms. Changing social norms. What do I mean by changing social norms? Now, like back, I will keep saying back in the days. I'll keep saying that. Please pardon me, because there's so much to learn from back in the days. So much to learn. I feel the family value, the value we had then, of course, we all know that we don't have that family value any longer. You know, what the value that was even given to us, we that we are parents now, we can't even pass it down to our children. All because we want to be Balode. We want to be Balode mommy, we want to be Balode daddy, we want to be Balode parents. So we are gradually losing value, not giving the necessary values to, excuse me, to the ones we are supposed to give it to. Changing social norms. The norms are becoming the abnormals now. The normal things in the society are gradually becoming the abnormal things. And the abnormal things are now becoming the order of the day. What are the normal things? Okay, abnormal. We can't talk. It's social media days that we can talk about open marriage. We can talk about, oh, go your separate way, or do this. We can talk about so many dirty things. The other day I was reading on one of the respected man that I follow, a marriage counselor, and you know, I read on his page whereby a woman was saying, okay, sorry, not, yeah, a woman was saying that the husband demand for threesome, and when he's demanding for threesomes in marriage, and when he's demanding for threesomes, he is actually the one that is bringing in the third party. Now the third party is not the woman. The third party will be a man and his friend. It will be his friend. So you are bringing your friend into your matrimonial home to sleep with your wife alongside with you. So the man will bring his friend, himself and his friend will sleep with his wife. And now the height of everything is that they have 2 kids. And the 2 kids belongs to the friend. Now, is it one friend that has the 2 kids? No. So that means at different times the wife had to get pregnant. He has to bring in another different friends. So he has 2 different friends that has those 2 kids. That is because they have 2 kids. Now talk about countless time when he has to sleep with the wife and he asks for those 3, that 3 some stuff. He has to go and bring in somebody to sleep with the wife. Is that normal? Is that normal? It's not. Social norms. But because threesome is the order of the day, 4 some, 10 some, we've lost our value, we've lost our morals. When we lost our morals and we feel that, okay, that is it. So what is remaining? Nothing. Nothing. Absolutely nothing. Now, when you focus on your personal growth in marriage, it can actually focusing on personal growth can actually breaks you down in marriage. Yes. Focusing on your personal growth. Some people now, I don't want to say some people, let me say some of us. with so much um enjoy and love our personal growth. It's a good thing to love your partner. It's a good thing to carve an inch for yourself. It's a good thing to list out, I want to do this, I want to do this, I want to do this, and you go all out for it. As long as you are not hurting somebody else, or you are not obstructing somebody else, it's all your personal growth. It is very important. Adding value to yourself. Adding value to yourself. But in marriage, when you realize that my personal growth is being stunted or is being disturbed, I want to achieve this, I want to achieve that, and your partner is not even seeing, is not even supporting you on that, then it looks like, does it worth it? What's this marriage all about? When you seem to be clipping my wings, when you seem to be clipping my feathers, you don't want me to do this, you don't want me to do that. Then I just want to walk out. I just want to, I don't know. I just want to feel, oh, so because I'm married now, I should not fulfill my own dream. I should not fulfill my own purpose. I've said that countless times. Because I am married, because I am a married woman, then I should not fulfill my purpose. I should not fulfill my dream. Then that is wickedness. Because as a man will always go all out to fulfill his or his own goals. So you expect your woman to, you just want to clip your woman. When you do that, that woman will feel there's nothing in marriage. When I can grow on my own, personally, when I'm standing as an independent person, I must have achieved this, I must have achieved that. Then why in marriage? Why can't I join hands? Why can't you join hands with me as my partner to achieve these goals? Why? Tell me why I should now feel marriage is all about it. I feel no, I don't need marriage. Something that will stunt me, something that will make me be stagnant. Just because the partner just, oh no, you must always listen to all my, you must obey, you must be submissive, because some people count it as being submissive. Oh, you are not submissive, you are not submissive. That is, if you are submissive, you will let down everything. Your husband will rule. I'm not saying he will not rule, but for a husband that recognizes the fact that this woman has his own our own value, this woman also have a purpose to fulfill, such husband will align with that wife. Such wife will align with that husband, and they will make things great. In fact, build an empire for whatever it is they are doing. So, when you can focus on your personal growth, then you feel marriage is not worth it. Well, yes. Also, financial consideration. I try so much on this particular one. You see, focusing on personal growth and financial consideration, those two things, they are major topics for me. Major topics for me that I'm still going to talk about. It's, talk about it deep. One of the additions is I'm going to talk about this year. It's going to be on finances in marriage. Because it's ruining homes. It's breaking home. It's scattering homes. Financial consideration. When they said, your husband is the head of the family, head of the home, and the wife is just there to support as a helpmate, and it's now become the other way around. First year, second year, third year. Some people can't even take it up to a year. Some people it's just months, and they'll be like, oh, what the hell is going on here? I'll continue to do this. And they just walk out. Some women endure. Now on this one, it's peculiar to women. Some women will endure a year, 2, 3, 4, 5, 10, 15, 20. Tell me when you walk up to such woman and say, hey, is marriage, is marriage all worth it? And that woman might want to just paraphrase everything. Oh, yeah, it's okay. But deep within her, she'll be like, what? Marriage is not. I don't want to use the F word. And the person will say, marriage is not. But when finances are well being put into consideration and things are done the right way in marriage, then you have no reason. A woman or a man will say, oh, marriage is beautiful. Even if a man is the one shouldering everything in the home, it will still come to a time that the man will get cranky and be like, why are you so useless? Why can't you bring this? Why can't you do that? The same thing goes for the woman as well. Women are built not to shoulder all the responsibility of the family. But in the world today, I give it to women. We women, we are working. I tell you, we are not just working, we are really working round the clock to make sure that everything is fine for our family and all that. And such woman is just going through it, forging ahead, maybe because of the children or because, well, I just have to keep making things work. I just have to make this work. But under normal circumstances, putting financial pressure and all that on, it won't make that marriage enjoyable. It won't. And that will make anybody feel, well, if I can do this, shouldering this, then why can't I do it all alone? The next one is fear of divorce. Don't forget what I'm talking about. Now I'm listing the reasons why people feel marriage is overrated. Fear of divorce. You know, some people are just discouraged by what they see around them. Like I said, you know, the norms changing. I mean, the norms, society norms are changing. Fear of divorce. They are just discouraged that when I look at here and there, it's all bad news about marriage. So, what do you want to tell me about marriage? What exactly do you want to tell me about marriage? Fear of divorce. Fear of divorce here and there. Turn to the right, it's divorce case. Turn to the, you open your internet, you open your social media platform. The next thing is this wife did that, that wife did that. You know, this husband did that. We've even heard of cases whereby husband kills wives or wives kill husband, all in the name of marriage. They can't if we can't tolerate each other, then they go their separate way rather than killing each other. So tell me, if you're around such people, won't you feel, hey, marriage? No, don't even bring it close to me. Don't even bring it close to me. Oh my God. I'm just going to try and cut this short now because I think I've exceeded my time of 45 minutes. And the last one here is independence. Where you are very independent. Hi, last, I am a very independent woman. I have always been an independent woman. It takes wisdom to bring it on in marriage. An independent person will always have, mostly if you're an independent woman, you just have to find a balance to it in marriage. Because really, I had that issue of, why do I have to ask a man before I do anything? Why do I have to ask a man before I spend my money? Why do I have to ask a man? I see a nice thing outside, I buy it, bring it into our home. Do I have to ask a man before I can do that? You know, some men will tell you submissive is part of submit everything. Before you buy this, ask me. Before you do this, ask me. And when you meet marriage counselors, they will tell you, oh, you have to. But yeah, you have to. You have to do this, you have to do that. When you are so independent, as a lady, as a woman, you just have to work on it. You have to find a balance, you know, when it comes to marriage. You really have to find a balance. If you can't find a balance and you're so independent, forget it. You can't see marriage as a big deal. You can't even see marriage as anything that is worth it, because you'll be like, really? Really? You've been independent for so long and you just want to come into marriage and somebody wants to control. You will see it like somebody wants to control you. And you'll be like, really? I didn't sign up for this. I didn't sign up for this. Why do you want to control me over this and that? I was an independent woman before I got married, and even in marriage, still independent, and it affects me so much, because you see, when you're independent and the man keeps seeing you doing everything, he will just leave you and leave you to your life. Oh, that's how she is. That's how she is. And you will be hurting that there are some things that he ought to do, there are some things he needs to pick up, and he's not picking it up. But don't forget that you already showed the way. You build up that way to say, oh, I'm independent, I'm this, I'm all that. And when it looks like, oh no, you can't tell me what not to do, you can't tell me what to do. I'm not, when I'm talking about being independent now, I'm not saying be independent with your morals, where, you know, maybe doing stuff that is not supposed to be in place as a married woman. No, I mean in decision making. Yes, decision making, doing things, trying to, you know, you need to find balance. You need to consciously call yourself back to say, oh, let me seek opinion of my partner, let me seek this, let me seek that. You know, if you're an independent woman, you will relate with what I'm saying. You can identify with what I'm saying. So when you have a failed expectation in marriage, when you have fear of commitment in marriage, when you have negative experiences around you, when the norms in society is changing, when you focus so much on your personal growth, when you have financial consideration, when you have fear of divorce, fear of things not, you know, homes not working around you, and when you're very independent, you can say marriage is overrated. Yes. And that is why I said in the beginning that if you say marriage is overrated, you're right. With all this, you're right. And when you say marriage is not overrated, because you have companionship, you have partnership, you have emotional support, you have, you know, you share responsibility, you build a family, you have financial benefit, legal benefit, long-term stability, you share memories and traditions, you know, to you, marriage is beautiful. But in all those that we have shared today, I want us to ask a question. Where did we put God? Where do we place God? If marriage is not an abusive one, physically, please try as much as possible to bring in God. It's not easy. I won't tell you it's easy. It's not easy. Have I had reason to say marriage is overrated? Times without number, yes. Have I had reason to say marriage is a scam? Oh, yes, I have. I've had that. Have I had reason to work out of marriage to say it's not working? Oh, yeah. I have. But what always brings me back or make me stay or put me back in my place is God. And I want to leave you today on that note, that make God the ultimate shareholder in your marriage. Is your marriage going through so much and you feel it's overrated? You are going through issues of life, you know, maybe midlife crisis, eating your partner, and it's affecting your marriage and it's affecting your home. I tell you, it won't last for long, as long as you find God in it. Now, there are times that you really need to go your separate ways. If your marriage is experiencing so much issue, you need to go your separate ways to sort things out. Let everybody just be there. When you guys sort things out, then you can come back. It's okay to do that. You can come back and then see, okay, you know, both of you must have learned one thing or the other while you're apart, and come back. It's even more difficult to go up your separate ways when children are involved. That is why you just have to keep putting God as the center. So my darling sisters out there, and to the men, few men though. It's few men though. And most especially the women out there feeling marriage is overrated because you feel the shoulder of the, the weight of the marriage is on your, is choking, as we say it, or is on your shoulder. Please, 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 when you think of the reason why you go into the marriage in the first place, which is God, and thinking that God actually orchestrates marriage to make it a beautiful thing to be enjoyed and not endure, then you will know that, okay, maybe marriage is not just, maybe it's just an issue, a phase that will go away. That will just fade away like that. So I tell you that I love you, and I know God will always come true for you. Until the next edition in February, I remain your girl, Last. Love you.